mercy. This hair is a hot mess. Hot mess. It's clean. Hot mess. Let's get some tweeters out. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin. Tweet, 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 tweet. La 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 la. La 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 la. Tweet, tweet. Once again, getting some notifications out. Of course, I start getting messages as soon as I go live. That never fails. Never. There you are. Go team. Let me get my hair pulled up. That's one thing. My hair drives me absolutely batty insane. But I want to grow it back out because every time I cut it, I hate it. Okay. So if you're stopping by tonight, make sure you say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, make sure you just post in the comments so I can, say hello to you, get to know you. If you haven't liked or subscribed to my page, please do so. I thought that I got my custom URL at 50 followers. Apparently, I don't know how to read, and it's 100. See this mess? It's hot. It's long. I'll tell you a story about my hair later. So it's 100. So we are super close. We're at 42. So I say that's super close because it's a lot closer than it was earlier. We are at 42. We have 58 more to go, and we're going to get them, hopefully by the end of the week. So once I get them, my custom URL will be a jewel, just like everything else. I try to keep everything consistent across the board. That way, you can always find me. So, and then I just got a wild hair and changed my blog name for some crazy reason. So it is about one of the only things that is not a jewel at this point. So it is actually Domain Reality, like the main reality. Domain is my middle name, Domain Reality. So I'll type it over here. It's in my profile as well. You can check that out, get a little background on me. I started this vlog because it's getting harder and harder for me to type and blog. And I love to type. I love to blog. I love to tell a story, write a book, anything. I believe that written word, just like song, is poetry, is art. And so I decided to transfer over and just start doing the vlog. So it'll just be, this will kind of be an extension of my previous blogs. But this will also incorporate business, we'll have a business section, where we're talking about virtual assistant and the answering service and things to that effect. Talking about family, empty nesters. Guys, that's a big change. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about health, lymphedema. I really want to get on the platform here and just really start pushing some information out about lymphedema for those that might need it, can't find the information. And I know y'all didn't see me do this. Yes, Andrea, the person that was always hot is always cold. But that plays into a lot of other things going on. So that's what I'm doing today. It is still Thursday, the 8th. A couple more hours here. In Texas, it's almost 9. Usually I'm going to try to do these a little earlier in the afternoon, just kind of playing with some time frames so I can get a schedule. Let me know what works with you. Thursdays is usually going to be just kind of like a question, answer, open forum, whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk about the weather, if you want to talk about the color of your shoes, if you want to talk about the annoying woodpecker outside your window, we'll talk about it. So that's what Thursdays are going to be. I know that for a fact. Wednesdays will probably be business. We'll talk about a business topic. The rest of the days we're going to talk whatever comes up. But mostly right now, as we're getting at a heightened point of my disease and some topics that are coming up. A lot of the first few blogs coming out are going to be medical related. So I've been working on a piece, probably come out tomorrow, about the bandages, wrapping, and medications. And then I have a very controversial, I would say it was controversial, because I know that I'm already getting a lot of feedback from the Texas Insurance Board, which I did file several complaints with about my previous insurance company. And so I'm going to do a blog strictly for about them. Somebody's car alarm is going on. We are on the third floor, and I hear car alarms like they're outside my window. So yeah, so that one's coming up. Maybe this weekend, maybe Monday. I don't know. I want to put a little bit more planning into that one, because I want my words on that one to be very, very poignant and clear, so that when the government gets a hold of it, because they're going to watch, and then the insurance company, when they get a hold of it, I want to make sure that I'm 100% on point for that video, because they're doing a lot of people wrong. A lot of people are not getting the care they need. I'm kind of in a boat that I'm in right now because of them. They didn't give me the disease or anything, but because of their lack of, concern, lack of, patient quality care, some other issues have come up because of it. So that's where that's going to go. Do I ever think it's going to get anywhere? No. But if I can stop one person from getting that insurance, I will do it. So that's what we have planned for the next couple of days. So we know that on Thursdays we're going to have a Q&A, just open forum. Don't really know what time, just kind of playing with times. Usually probably I'm thinking around 4 in the afternoon. Also, if you are following me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, you're going to see that I am not online very much anymore. It is taking a toll for me to even sit here and do these. So I am, until we figure out a happy medium for me, I am kind of limiting my online presence. I'm still there, trust me. I'm still reading. I'm just not posting or anything like that. But I also, filing for Social Security, I have to be very, very careful about what I do. Because somebody can see something and think, well, she can be online, then she can work. Well, they don't know that I'm laying in a hospital bed posting, or laying in the bed posting, or, sitting on a bench posting. They don't know what I'm doing. They just see me online posting and they think, oh, then if she can get online and post, then she can work. I wish I could work. I absolutely do not like the position I'm in right now. I've always been a person that has worked 80, 100 hours a week, full force, 100 miles an hour, nonstop. At this point, though, we're good to get 2 hours. And a lot of that, I'm uncomfortable when I sit, I'm uncomfortable when I stand, I'm uncomfortable when I lay, but I also, when your mind is consumed with one aspect. So right now, my pain is uncontrolled. Because of the insurances, I have not had any pain management for 3 months. So basically, I'm losing mobility in my legs where I can't walk. And there's a lot of pain that goes with that. It's very painful. I mean, I have a high pain tolerance, and I am literally in tears. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I just get sick. I just feel wrong in my body. It's like my body's fighting against me, and it's winning right now, because I let this other insurance totally have its way. Not so much that I didn't fight them, trust me, but ultimately they got the best of me for the past 9 months. So We're just going to move forward. But so no pain management for over 3 months. Nothing's working. The wraps are keeping the swelling down to a minimum, but it doesn't cover any of the pain. When I'm trying to stand, when I fall from, the fact that I have no feeling in my hands and my feet because of the neuropathy, there's a lot of other issues that come up with that. And so I think my mind is solely focused on, you hurt, stop doing what you're doing and figure out what's going on. Because a lot of people will ignore things like that. And it's important not to ignore your body. I say a lot. Get used to it. And this is for my children, if you see my eyes rolling, they automatically roll. I am not rolling my eyes at you, I promise. They've done that since I was a child. I used to always get in trouble because people think I was rolling my eyes at them. I'm not. You are going to know when I roll my eyes at you because it will be a full force movement of the head. Hands going to flip. We are going to be all Elwoods all the way. You are going to know when I'm rolling them at you. So if you see that, please disregard. But oh hey, I'm back. I drop things. I drop things constantly. It's so annoying. So annoying. So let me finish my sentence. So when your body is basically telling you, stop, don't do anymore, stop, you need to figure out what's going on, and if you're stubborn like me, then you keep pushing. Well, your body's going to take over and say, look, I gave you a warning, you didn't listen to the warning, now it's my turn. And so I feel like that's what my body's done right now, is it said, look, I gave you all these warnings. I gave you everything you needed to have, and you just kept pushing. You didn't do anything about it. So now I'm going to take over. I'm going to consume every thought that you have. I'm going to consume every emotion that you make until you take care of me. And unfortunately, that's how I feel right now. So it's really hard to work and know that I'm doing 100% accurate work because y'all all know me that I'm very OCD, very customer-centric, like customer-focused. Everything's going to be right 100% of the time. It's not going to leave my desk if it's not right because I believe in a handshake. When I hand you my work, when I shake your hand, I'm giving you my word that you have the best of my ability to work in your hand. And right now, I just don't feel like I can do that. Do I want to get back to that? Absolutely. Do I think that I can? Knowing me, yes. Knowing my body, I don't know. At this point, I don't know. So we are filing. The new insurance has been great so far. That was one of the questions is, have I been able to get into a new doctor? Yes. The new insurance started August 1st. I was in the doctor August 1st. A lot of doctors don't want to handle pain management, though, solely because of the fact of all the opioid crisis going on. And here's my thoughts on that. This is going to waver down a little path for a second. You have people, we're going to do two groups. You have people that want pain medicines. We're going to call it fidgets. And you have people that need pain medicine. Okay? So these wanted so much that these people that need can't get any. And so you have doctors afraid to prescribe. You have patients that have been on it for years. I was reading stories about one gentleman had been on pain management since he broke his back working for the government for like 25 years. He was on a decent dose, not like too high, but not too low. And then they just cut him off cold turkey. He died in 2 weeks because he couldn't do anything. And that's the difference that I want people to understand about pain. Pain is a beast. But pain can come in many forms. Pain can be emotional. Pain can be in your head. Pain can be physical. Pain can be imaginative. And pain can be real. And there's been times when my pain has been, in my head. I know it hurt, but hey, get over it. Long ago. I will honestly say that in the past 2 years, my pain has been real. My pain has been physical. My pain has been overbearing. My pain has been debilitating, to say the least. And it's frustrating because you can't get a doctor to give you what you need. You can't even get them to give you, a step. Hey, let me just curb it for tonight, So then, being me, I get mad, and so I'm like, oh, I don't need anything. Well, yes, I do. Today's the 8th. Logging through my record book this morning, I have slept 4.3 hours since the 1st. My body cannot get comfortable. My body cannot relax. My legs are spazzing 100% of the time. These are things that people really, there's so little information out there about lymphedema. And then you have all these other things going on that nobody talks about. The pain. Some doctors will be like, oh, it's just nothing. You should be used to it. It's a chronic. You're going to have it every day. Well, let me stand on your bones and jump up and down, and you tell me if it hurts or not. So, if you have lymphedema and you've made it to this thread, I want you to know that pain is real. It's not in your head. It's not made up. It's not pacifiable. It's real. And it's a pain like I can't describe. Like, I've never had a pain hurt this bad. And I think coupled on top of that, you have doctors that are just blowing you off because they don't know what to do. You have, insurance companies turning everything down that you try to do. You have, your family members like, oh, do you really need that pain medicine? And then you ultimately have your brain saying, well, maybe everybody else is right. Maybe it's just me. That was a battle that I fought. And I still kind of fight it a little bit. But the past 3 months have shown me that this is real. This is not made up pain. This is not, I want a pill just so I can lay down. This is, it's just, So, kind of divvied there, but so you have all these patients that need it, and then they can't get it, but these ones that want it can get it. And it does it sometimes put a thought in your mind. Now, let me disclosure this by saying I have never gotten to the point that I would take my life. The pain is bad, but I would never. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. That's how I feel about it. My best friend passed away several years ago. Accidental overdose. And I saw the pain that she left not on purpose. Trust me, not on purpose. But the pain that I went through, the pain her family went through, the pain her children go through, I would never do that. Because the Lord says he will never give me more than I can handle. Now, is he going to test the load sometimes? Yeah. Do I feel right now we're testing the load a little too hard? A little bit. But he knows me better than I do. So we're going to keep trucking along. But the reason I disclaimer that is, the statement I'm going to say is, sorry, one of my medicines makes me really sore throaty. Gatorade. I love my Gatorade. Try not to drink sodas as much. So, goodness gracious. But yeah, so the pain can make you not want to live anymore. Please refer back to my disclaimer if you're just now getting to this point and starting the video. I have sat in clinics where I could tell the mindset of the person. And I think that mindset separates the need and the want people. Because the want people, I think, could shut that off in their mind. I mean, I could be wrong. It's just my thoughts, my opinions. Anything expressed on this channel is solely my thoughts, owned by me, Andrea, Domain, Jewel, nobody else. If you don't agree with them, throw a comment down there. We'll have a spirited chat. You don't have to agree with them, though. These are my thoughts, my research, my conclusions. And that's the great thing about being individuals, is that we can all have our own ideas about things. It opens the door for debate. Now, if debate is handled the right way, debate is an amazing thing. Because you can learn, you can grow, you can find something new. So I open debate, I open dialogue. I won't do any hate chat or haterade stuff. I'll just delete you and block you. I ain't got time for that mess. Got too much other stuff going on. Now, if you want to have a real conversation, if you want to ask a real question, I will answer that question. If you want to tell me a dad joke, I will read that dad joke. But so back to the thoughts. So pain takes over your complete body, takes over everything. Your work, your life. Didn't he call yesterday when I was on the phone? Hi.
Hey, don't worry about coming. We came back up already.
Why? What happened?
Down there for a little bit, and then it just started acting bad again.
Oh, she just wanted to play?
Yeah, but she wants to fucking, like, she overplays. That's the thing that's wrong.
Yeah, she just gets caught up in the house. We'll talk about it in a minute. I'll be off live shortly. Say hi. Everybody say hi to Dakota. Hi, Dakota. You're on YouTube Live. Oh, who is this kid? Who is this kid? He called yesterday, too.
Hey, I'm the cool kid.
Please speak it. All right, bye.
Bye.
That's my baby boy. It's never going to fail. He's going to call every time I'm on live. It doesn't matter. I can tell him, hey, I'm going live. Beep, beep, beep. Hey. It's going to happen every time. So get used to it. But, so yeah. So, if you have somebody in your life that is going through pain for a real reason, don't brush them off. Because you don't know their pain, and you don't know at what level they're at. Because they have all these other people brushing them off, like doctors and, nurses and things to that effect. They don't need their family blowing them off as well. Because you don't know. They could be having those thoughts. This pain is too much. I can't bear. And I think that drives suicide. So that's my little soapbox for that issue. I have a lot of little soapboxes. I have a couple big soapboxes, but that's a little one. The pain can take over, and the pain can run a mind. The pain can take the smartest person in the world and make them completely incoherent to anything. The pain can take the most beautiful dancer in the world and make them to a person that can't walk 2 steps. The pain can take the most sweet and innocent, caring person in the world and make them the biggest bully, meanest person in the world. But it's important to remember that that person is not who you know. The person you know is in pain. The person you know is crying out for help and is at wit's end. At that point, when those other secondary personalities come out, the person you know is struggling. And many days lately, I've had to really stop myself and catch myself because I'm struggling. I don't struggle often. I don't. It's, to me, a struggle is an opportunity to learn. So every interaction is an opportunity. I take the good interactions, awesome, great. Get on a high from that. I take the bad interactions, I learn from them, I grow, I come back and do it better. It's always been a pressing factor for me to learn something new every day. But then if I don't think something's right, I'll go back and redo it. It could be the straightest line ever drawn, and I'm probably going to tell you it's crooked and redraw it 100 times. That's just me. So for me, to not have any control over fixing this is almost as hard to deal with as the pain itself. So once again, if you have, golly, that medicine, I should not have taken it right before I got on. If you have lymphedema, I don't know where to look. Do I look here or do I look here? I'm looking straight at you, just pretend. If you have lymphedema, I understand your pain. It's real. It's justified. It's not in your head. So when the doctors tell you there's not really any pain, or you can't find any information on it when you Google it, or you can't really find a doctor that can take care of it because they don't understand it and it just frustrates you, I want you to know that it's real. I feel you. There's millions of patients that feel you. You can go through and watch videos of people left when they're talking about the pain, and the way they've been made to feel by other people because they don't understand it. Don't ever discredit your own body. You know your body. Listen to your body. If your body's telling you there's pain, there's pain. I don't care what any doctor says. If I cut my hand off cooking, because God knows that I can do that because I'm clumsy as everything. If I cut my hand off cooking and I go to the ER and they say, no, your hand's still attached, but I'm holding my hand over here and my arm's over here, guess what? It's real. So it just angers me. But so just feel open to ask anything about the pain. Myself, and I'm gonna start tagging some other people that I've watched their videos. I've looked at the questions. I've gotten into some forums. Become active, and know different ways to advocate for yourself. Nobody's gonna advocate for you. These insurance companies, they don't care. These doctors, they're seeing so many patients a day, they don't even remember your name, other than the fact that it's on the chart. Advocate for yourself or nobody will. So, that was not the intended route of tonight's video. However, I felt it was important because as I'm sitting here, my feet are throbbing, but I felt like somebody else needed to hear it tonight too. Because there's been many nights, many days that I've sat and I've looked for an answer to the pain. And all I get is, it's just a little no answer. And my hope is that there will be more studies done on lymphedema, the causes of it, the effects of it, the effects of lymphedema on your personality and your life and how you continue on in life. That's a big thing. Because I can have a cold, I can take some medicine, it could go away right now, and I never think of it again. But what if that one cold completely changed who I was for the rest of my life? And I don't know how about you, if it's lymphedema or something else. I don't know what stage you're in. I know lymphedema has changed my life. It has made me a completely different person. It has made me question who I am at many, many points. It has made me weak. It has made me bitter. It has made me I'm looking for a word. It has made me a shell of who I was and who I worked hard to become. That's frustrating. Um, yeah, it's completely changed who I am. And I know if you have it as well, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because it will take over your mind and your body and your soul. I mean, and it just completely changes how you walk, how you talk, how you know, tackle each day, how you um, plan things, where you go, what you wear. Um, you wouldn't think about it, but what you wear is a big deal. You can't wear, like mine is in my legs. I can't much wear jeans because it's in my feet. I can't wear shoes, which makes me totally happy. On the other aspect of it, though, I can't have any wound come up on my foot, or that's a big issue. So there's a lot of catch 22s. You know, how I do my hair. You saw me pulling my hair up earlier. Holding my hands up to pull my hair up is just, you know, pain. Everything hurts. Um, my hair is already baby thin. I told you I was going to tell you about my hair. My hair is baby thin. Okay. It has been like this. It is clean. I just cleaned it. I'm using a leave-in conditioner, trying to see if I can get, because as oily as it looks, it is dry. My scalp is like so dry. But so I have the baby fine hair. Well, with the lymphedema, one of the medications, my hair is falling out. It's thinning. How are you going to thin hair? It's, it's irritating. But, you know, just doing simple things like that, you know, your hair, pulling it up, or everything changes the way you do things. You can't type. You can't, you know, text. If you get a text from me and it has 50 words that are spelled wrong, please know that you should probably just pick up the phone and call me. Because I've noticed some of the messages that I've sent lately, and I'll go back and I'll look at it, and I'm like, what was I saying? Goodness gracious, this is insane. But, you know, we're going to tackle this. We're going to tackle it together. Don't be afraid of the changes, because other people that have the same disease, even though it's not so widespread known and there's not a lot of info on it, other people are going through the same thing. And then that's a big reason why I want to make sure that, you know, several times a week I'm putting out content about lymphedema, because it is very hard to fight something if you don't know what you're fighting. Really hard. There's a lot of things that people don't talk about with lymphedema. Lymphedema, we talked about the other day, is the lymphatic system. And so there's lymph nodes all through your body. And lymphedema comes from either hereditary or secondary, where your lymphatic system at some point has been damaged. So mine is from damage. It's secondary lymphedema. It was damaged during shoulder repair surgery. So that's how I got mine. But you have lymph nodes in your neck. Your tonsils are part of your lymphatic system. Your spleen. Where's my cheat sheet? I always have a cheat sheet. Like, and I'll link these. There's actually really good information. So your tonsils, your lymph nodes, your thymus, your spleen, those are all part of the lymphatic system. So they all take out toxins. They get rid of waste that shouldn't be there. They filter it back, the lymph fluid back into the body, where it can, you know, circulate the correct oxygen and things to that effect. So in your lymph nodes, each person has about 600 to 700 lymph nodes. And so I was going back through some pictures today, and it's funny because I have it happening right now, which coincides with all my blood work being off, and we're just waiting on results. I started getting, I don't know if you can see, I have them covered up because, you know, but I started getting knots. The lymph nodes are knotting. There's some discoloration of the skin here where I had a couple big ones. I'll get them down, you know, around here. Sometimes they're like super huge, like you can see it like bulging out. And forever I was like, what is this? Like, what's going on? And nobody would ever give you an answer. cancer. I got told it was staph at one time, and everybody that knows me knows I can't keep my hands off stuff. I don't like things under my skin because I feel like something's under my skin, like a creepy crawly. Like I don't know why. It's just weird. So I will rub it. I will scrub it until it opens, and it's a horrible, horrible habit. I've had to kind of curb that because of my feet, but at one point this one here that's discolored, I had opened it, like scrubbed it and opened it because I thought there was just something there. Like there's a knot. So what that is that's your lymph nodes swelling, and when they swell, it's telling you have an infection. So if you ever are like you're getting a cold, it's during flu seasons, whatever, and you start feeling those kind of swell up around the neck, you need to see a doctor, or you need to get some medicine in you because you probably are going to have a cold or allergies or something like that. That's what most people have with those. Unfortunately, mine will go to the extreme because I do have the damage to the lymphatic system. So just a good tip, something interesting. So, like I said, I've learned so much doing my own research, because a lot of it's not out there. You have to look for it. There's a couple good forums, and I'll leave links in the description when I'm done that you can get involved in. Some of them have haven't been utilized very much anymore, but if you read through some of the older material, the issues are the same. The pain, same issue. The swelling, same issue. The lack of doctor's knowledge to take care of you, same issue. So how did these people 2 years ago handle them? And then you can kind of research where it's gone to this point too. But yeah, so I'll leave those links after the video if you ever want to look at them and if you ever want to ask any questions. But so another one is what was we going to talk about? So insurances. And this is, like I said, this is going to be a completely different video, but I wanted to touch on insurance as well because insurance does not recognize lymphedema and cover its supplies 8 out of 10 times. So there are many acts going through Congress right now to have that changed, have it passed, have Medicare recognize it. But if you're hitting roadblocks with getting care, it's always good to look for alternate ways of care. And I say that because when I was with my other insurance, I couldn't get care, couldn't get anybody that could wrap, couldn't get anybody to clean my feet, and you have to keep your feet immaculate. And then with the lymphedema, the skin hardens, the nails harden, and then they crack and you can get infections. That's very important to keep them, in tip-top shape. So I couldn't find anybody. So I started calling home health agencies. And my insurance was like, well, we aren't going to pay for a home health nurse. Well, you're going to pay for somebody to take care of this. And so I ended up finding an amazing lady. She had just started her own practice. She was an RN, but she knew how to do the wrapping. So she came out 3 times a week and wrapped, and my insurance paid for it. Now, how they had her listed was completely different than what she actually did. So you have to kind of think outside the box. I looked for a skilled nursing. They had her under skilled nursing instead of like an RN or a podiatrist or a rheumatologist, something to that effect that you really need. But always look for options around that. When your insurance says that they don't cover pain management, look for other wordings of it. Chronic disease management, palliative care. There's so many other ways that it can be described that your insurance will cover. So your best bet is to get a plan of coverage of what your insurance covers and then tackle it that way. Say, okay, I know my insurance covers this and this is what I need. Let me see the correlation between the two and let's find it. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now with the orthopedic stuff with the osteoarthritis because they don't want to cover any pain management. However, if I go to an orthopedic surgeon, they're going to have to take care of it. So it's until we find the solution that I want, and I've researched, and I think this is going to be the best one for me personally. I think this will overlap. I will tell you that we are currently fighting. Well, I say fighting. We are currently petitioning the doctors and a new doctor, another doctor that I'm going to be seeing as well. I've already touched base with him though, so he's very aware. I've known him for some while. I was doing work for his company, so I had to out of um, you know professionalism. I needed to leave and be away from them for a month before he could take care of me. So he's going to come in as a secondary doctor. But we are trying to get me admitted to one of the local hospitals tonight or tomorrow. Because of the pain issue, that's one thing, but it's driving my blood pressure just sky high. And I already have some issues with that. Um, so not only do I have a pain that's uncontrollable, I haven't slept in 8 days. What do we say, 4.3 hours in 8 days. My blood work is all over the place. My platelets are high. My sedimentary rate is high. There's a couple other ones. All of them are infection and inflammation markers that are just sky high. My vitamin D, she called me yesterday, I believe it was, said it was one of the lowest numbers she'd ever seen. I was like, okay. So we've got another new medication we need to add on that. So we're trying to push to get me admitted to one of the hospitals so that we can get the pain under control. It's going to have to be the IV med, unfortunately. Get that under control as well as get my blood pressure down because I'm scared to death I'm going to have another heart attack. And then also to see about getting a rheumatologist to figure out the blood work. So where's the infection? If it's cancer, let's get it. Let's tackle it. If it's an autoimmune, let's get it. Let's tackle it. If it's in the bones, let's get it. Let's tackle it. This not knowing drives me insane because I don't like not having control, and I feel right now that I don't have control. I'm not the best bus driver, but I sure can drive a bus. And when they won't let me drive the bus, I get angry. Do you know my mom drove a bus? A long time for the Pasadena School District. It was pretty great. Fun fact. You're going to have a lot of fun facts. You're going to find that about me. I like to drop fun facts just because they make me feel good. So, tonight we've kind of swayed. Like I said, Thursdays are going to be like open forum. If I'm here talking to myself, I'm just going to talk about whatever. Come through, leave a comment, leave a question. I'll answer. Leave a question throughout the week, and I'll find the answer, and then we'll talk about it on Thursday. So Thursdays are just going to be kind of an open forum, chat about whatever we want. Mondays and Tuesdays, we're going to talk about lymphedema. Wednesdays, we'll talk about business because I do still have to support my business. I am still trying to find some alternate ways to cover billings and appointments and medications for the next couple months while we're filing for SSI and Social Security. I've been told that it will pass through, but it is going to take some time because, hey, it's our government. Go team. I might do some designing, might do some shirts for sale. Don't quite know. I don't want to ask people for money. I want to do something for the money. So that's just me. That's how I work. I don't want to take a penny unless I do something for it. But God's good. He'll provide. We'll just leave that at that. Fridays, we'll just play by ear, see where that goes. This weekend, we're going to look for videos uploading. I'm going to do the one about the insurance company. And it is going to be a very harsh video. It's going to be very pointed at that company because, like I said before, I've filed complaints with the Texas Insurance Board, the National Insurance Board. I'm never going to see that money back. I'm never going to stop them. However, if I can stop one person from even getting that insurance, I'll do that. That's my goal. And so that video that's going to come out this weekend is going to be not a nice video because I can't be nice. I cannot be nice. I literally asked one of the agents at one point, do I need a pre-authorization to die? Because I feel like I need to fill out that paperwork already because you're going to deny it. And he said, ma'am, it's not that serious. It is that serious. It is that serious. Because I'm losing doctors because you won't approve the care, I'm losing, loss of function because you're not allowing me to have medications that I need, the tests that I need, the supplies that I need. So it is that serious. And so watch for that video this weekend. There's also going to be the videos about the wrapping. So I'm going to show you all the supplies, the different ways that I wrap. There's a couple different ones, just like a basic wrap. There's a 4-tier wrap that's a little more stabilized. Several different ways. That might be an interesting video because wrapping to me, when I can't bend my legs, is very hard. But we're going to make it happen. That could be an interesting video. Maybe acrobatic. Maybe we'll have 911 on standby. Who knows? But we'll get it. You'll learn about it. And that'll be the first time you'll see my feet. I have many, many pictures of my feet. People ask me, are you going to show your feet? Are you going to show your toe? No. Not right now. They're not horrible. They're not elephantitis. They're not going to be that because I refuse to let them get that. So if you Googled it and that's what you came up with, I apologize that you even had to see that picture. That is not my feet. I will not let that happen. But on the same token, I'm not going to show you my feet because they are massive. And I just don't like them. I don't like the way the skin dries and it, just looks dirty all the time to me. And it's like I wash my feet probably 3 times a day. I soak them, I wash them, I scrub them, I try to keep the nails clipped, but the nails have gone a different way. So I will not be showing them right now. However, when we wrap, you'll get a little glimpse of them. Then maybe down the line when I'm a little more comfortable, I'll show you kind of the progression timeline of things that I've been keeping from the first time that I sent photos over to my nurse friends to doctors seeing them today. It's a definite change. It's odd to see at some point. And then it's funny how it progresses. Like, it's just funny to watch. So, but yeah, everybody's is different, but on the same token, everybody's hits certain markers. So if you know somebody that has lymphedema, direct them to this page. If you know somebody that is maybe going through another disease similar and can't find any information, send them to this page. I love to research. I love to learn. I love to help people. And so if I can help somebody else by giving them information is king. So that's what I'll do. I mean, if that's what I'm meant to do, that's what I'll do. So other than that, see, that's a problem. First of all, the medicine dries your mouth out, and then you're like dying, choking, and then it changes the taste of everything. So yay! But that's what I have today. Check out, I'll drop the links for some other forums. Check those out. If you have any questions during the week, if you have any suggestions, I like suggestions too. I'll drop some other pages that I've found information on. Also, my blog, Domain Reality. You can read about me, things that I did in the past. I'm not very shy on things I talk about. I don't have anything to hide. So there's been a lot of things that I've done in my life that I don't do anymore. But they made me who I am today. So how could I deny those? That's my feeling about something, is that if you did it, you did it. Own it. Because without that one part, you wouldn't be who you are today. So you can go to my blog, read all about, things I've done in my past, things that drive me, things that irritate me, things that push me, things that concern me. You're going to find out a lot about me, so I'll put that link down as well. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I said, it wouldn't be over an hour, sitting at 49 minutes, but I like to talk to myself and, getting used to it. Getting used to talking to myself. It's kind of fun sometimes. You never know what's going to come up. So, but anyways, I hope you guys, I almost said have a great Friday. It's not Friday yet. It's Thursday still. Hope you guys have a great Thursday night. I know the Texans were playing. I'm sure the game is over. I turned my ringer off, so let's see if they won. Because, Houston Texans, woo woo. I said woo woo. That was pretty lackluster there. Whoa. Okay, so currently the Texans are losing in the fourth quarter. Not what I want to see, but, it's preseason, first game, go team. What is your favorite team? Let me know. We'll keep a running tally. We'll track them. We'll like them all together. As soon as I get answers to blood work, or if I'm in the hospital, we are able to get me into the hospital this weekend. You'll see some updates from there. But look, I'll always go live. I don't record my videos and put them up because I just don't like to do that. I'm always going to be live on here with you guys. So hope you guys have a great day. Remember, every interaction is an opportunity. Take them, take them, take them.